You are watching continuing coverage of primary night on WXI 12 News. The governor's race may be the marquee matchup tonight.
It was also one of the first ones called. Joining us now in studio for analysis, John Dinan, professor of political science at Wake Forest University. John, good to see you as always. Earlier this evening, our Bill O'Neill said that this race, if it is indeed Robinson-Stein, which it is, has the chance to be the most expensive, closest, and perhaps even the nastiest in the nation this November. Based on what you saw tonight and based on what we heard from the candidates at their respective victory speeches, any reason to believe that's not the case?
All that is on target. North Carolina's governor's race will be of interest to North Carolinians. It will attract attention, outsized attention from around the country, outsized money, outside attention. The challenge is that for Republicans, they have a slight advantage in federal elections in North Carolina. They have a slight advantage at the presidential level. They have a slight advantage at U.S. Senate races. They do not have the advantage in the governor's race. Democrats have won the governor's office more often than not. It is set up for a very competitive race.
Why is that?
Voters in North Carolina are still, when they approach the governor's race, they don't just vote in line with their party. In so many other elections this year, you will see voters say, I'm a Republican, I'm voting down the ticket. For the governor's race, also for the attorney general race, you will see voters break out of that partisan mold and say, let me see who these candidates are that are running, and let me see who I prefer.
John, I want to ask you about that. You know, we talk about North Carolina, the purple state, because it's so evenly divided, yet we talk about Republicans, Democrats. Those unaffiliated voters make up the largest percentage.
And that has been the case for some time now. It will continue to be the case. The unaffiliated voters will be the ones who will decide this race. 90% plus of Republicans will vote for Mark Robinson. 90% plus of Democrats will vote for Josh Stein. What do that significant number of unaffiliated voters go through? Some of them are watching the statements today, when right out of the blocks. Both of the candidates came out there, very fiery speeches, very kind of making their case. The general election campaign starts now, and there are stark differences in the Republican and Democratic candidate for governor. The rest of the country is watching. The rest of the country is pouring in money. We're just getting started here, and we're just almost certainly be a very competitive race.
And it really is the X factor here, because it can go either way, and it can change in the next few months.
We're just getting started here in that sense. The challenge here, and we saw this coming out tonight, Mark Robinson has a number of statements in his distant past and his not so distant past that are challenging for him to defend. Democrats, Josh Stein campaign will bring up those statements as much as possible. And so you already saw Mark Robinson take a bit of a defensive pose and say, you're going to hear things about me, not all of them are going to be true. That is going to dominate the campaign, some of the statements that Mark Robinson. It's one of the reasons why one of the losing candidates on the Republican side, Bill Graham, came out with a very fiery statement of his own tonight saying, Mark Robinson is an unelectable candidate in the general election. You don't usually hear someone from your own party who's just run a hard-fought race say that. That suggests that there's some challenges in terms of unity, in terms of Republicans.
John, thank you.
Interesting. A lot of time, of course, between now and November for everyone to get on the same page. John, thank you very much. We'll check back in with you in our next half hour.
All right, let's